Data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for 2-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com. Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. This is Eastern Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show is powered by Greenville Utilities and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, Seared Chop House, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville Auto World.
And now, here's Brian Bailey.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome into our show. As always, an annual tradition, the second chance with the Sweet 16. I know your brackets are all over the place. This year, we've included celebrity pickers. We're going to call some folks and have them come on as celebrity guests for our show today to get their picks. And we're going to kick it off right away with the head coach of the Pirates, Mike Houston, for Pirate Football. Coach, thanks for joining us today. I'll run down the prizes first. A full detail from Greenville Auto World. Now, you probably don't need these prizes because, you can make all the bucks over there. But we've got Pirate Radio T-shirts. We've got white and green. We've got pizza for a month from Papa John's. We've got all kinds of prizes. But we want to get some celebrities on. So, Coach, first of all, what I'll do is I'll give you the region. You just pick one of the 4 teams. For example, I'll give you the East region. That includes UCLA, Carolina, Purdue, and St. Peter's. And you give me a team there. We go through each region. I jot them down. Then you'll give me who you think is going to be in the national championship, and then who's going to win the national title, and then the total points in the championship game. So before I ask you all that, though, how's spring practice going?
Going good. We had a practice in the stadium Saturday, and had officials here and everything. So it was our first live action of the spring, but it was a productive day. So excited to get back out there tomorrow.
You've had kind of a pep in your step the entire time, haven't you? You like this group?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot coming back, and obviously, this is a roster that we've worked very hard to build. And you've got experience, you've got guys that have done some things at a high level, and they're hungry and they're competing this spring. So it's been an enjoyable group thus far.
All right, let's get your picks and get you out of here. UCLA, North Carolina, Purdue, and St. Peter's in the East. Coach, who are you going with?
Well, I'm going to take some flack from our fan base. North Carolina.
That's one thing we weren't trying to get you to.
And probably the rest of the East Carolina fan base is pulling for anybody but North Carolina.
That's exactly right. All right. In the West, you've got Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech. Chalk in the West, 1 against 4 and 2 against 3.
Well, there's no way I'm going for Duke. So I'm going to say this is the year of the Zag.
All right. You got Gonzaga there. All right. In the South, you've got Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan.
Well, I got to see a couple of these teams play this weekend, so I think this is a great opportunity for. Let's go with who's the bottom two right there?
Arizona, Houston, and Villanova, and Michigan.
Villanova.
All right, Villanova, and then in the Midwest, you've got Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
Who knows? I mean, that you could have a sleeper come out of that one. You would say Kansas.
Yeah,
that's common sense. Kind of one right there. But you got Iowa State and Miami, who had a couple of upsets to get the
sure did.
Teams. You never know.
So which one you going with?
No, I'm going with Kansas.
Kansas. All right, we're gonna go with Kansas. All right. So in the one national semifinal, you got North Carolina and Gonzaga.
Well, unfortunately, that may be where Carolina's run ends. I'm saying Gonzaga's gonna win that one.
All right, and then Villanova and Kansas.
I think Villanova.
All right, so you've got Gonzaga and Villanova. I hate to tell you, Coach, but those are my two picks too. So that doesn't bode well for your picks. Who do you have winning the national championship, the Zags or Villanova?
Zags finally get it done.
That's what I said too. The Zags get it done. And then what's your total points in the championship game? What do you think the final score is going to be?
I think it's going to be somewhere in the 70s. So I'd say maybe 158.
158. Man, Coach, this does not bode well because my picks are written down. I haven't gone over them yet, but I've got Gonzaga to beat Villanova and 156. So you kind of did a Price is Right on me with 158. That's good stuff.
Yeah, no. Well, if it's under, then you get it, correct? I mean, if it's 150 or so, you got everything under.
Yeah, I got everything under. If we go the same route, but you kind of go over. So there you go, Gonzaga and Villanova from Coach Mike Houston. Coach, hey, thanks so much for being a celebrity picker with us this year. We appreciate it.
No problem. I'm honored to be on your show.
I hear you. Coach Mike Houston from East Carolina Pirate Football. All right, once again, it's our second chance with the Sweet 16. We're taking your phone calls at 317-1250. You heard how Coach Houston did it. All you have to do is I'll go through the selections for you. Just pick them out. We'll write them down. We'll keep tabs of it. We'll update it next week, and we'll have our prizes coming up out of the week after that. Full detail from Tim Sutton and Company at Greenville Auto World. That's about $125, $150 value. We've got Pirate Radio T-shirts, the white and the military green versions, and we've got pizza for a month from Papa John's as our first prize, and our second prize, we've got a couple of Pirate T-shirts for you in white and in the military green. So we hope you like all of that. Coach Houston is in the contest. We've got some more celebrity pickers coming up. And again, 317-1250 is our phone number. Get your calls in. You can also go to our Facebook live feed, and as long as you do it correctly, we'll put you in the contest. But if you leave one part out, then we got to throw the whole thing out. It's easier just to call because I know that we'll have you in the contest correctly. But all you have to do, pick the winner of each region, and then pick your semifinal winners, who's going to win the national championship, and then your total points in the championship game. Again, 317-1250 is our phone number. We've got celebrity pickers coming up as well. Back with more, the second chance with the Sweet 16 after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a power motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year power base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show as we continue on. Once again, it's the second chance with the Sweet 16. 317-1250 is our phone number.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
I was waiting to hear that. Play it again.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
Second chance with the Sweet 16. We've got guest pickers. We've got your calls, and if you want to get on Facebook, you're welcome to, but you got to know exactly what you're doing with that. It's easier to call in because I'll guide you through the process. Robert on Facebook is all over the place because he's got Houston beating Arizona for the championship, and that's not going to work out because Houston and Arizona play in the South in their first regional semifinal game. So that's not going to happen, Robert. So if you want to call in, 317-1250, we'll guide you through the process. Speaking of guiding through the process, a guy I guide through the process most every night at WNCT Channel 9, our main anchor, Ken Watlington, who is a huge sports fan. He's got his Seahawks in the second round of the whatever they're playing in the CIT, I believe it is. His Tar Heels are on to the Sweet 16, and he joins us now to become a celebrity picker in our second chance with the Sweet 16. Ken, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for leading me through everything. I wouldn't be here without your help.
I try. Actually, you lead me through most of the nights. Are you still surviving? I know your game plan on Saturday in talking to you was to watch the Carolina game and then drive down to Wilmington. But I got a feeling that 3-hour Carolina game may have put a little crimp in your plans.
Yeah, that definitely changed everything. And they also moved the Wilmington baseball game up early because of the threat of weather. So, I didn't make it down to Wilmington this weekend. I just pretty much stayed in the house and watched a lot of good basketball.
Man, are you basketballed out? Because I think I am right now. Just basketballed out.
It's funny you mention that. About 9 o'clock last night, I'm like, I'm ready for bed. I'm like, crap, there's 3 more games.
Yeah.
I got to watch the game. So Yeah, it was a long weekend for sure.
And that's one of the things, I was talking to Clip before we went on the air, and I've said it the last couple of years. The only thing I don't like about the tournament is how they do Saturday and Sunday in the second round now, because they start with a noon game that they show the nation, which in Carolina's case with Baylor, obviously that's the game everybody wanted to see, and it turned out to be just a classic. But then, go ahead and start staggering those games throughout the afternoon. So your last game's at 8 o'clock and it's over at 10 and you're done for the day. But, on Sunday night, unless you make Monday a holiday, and most people can't stay up late on a Sunday night.
That's true. You're right. I wish they would start staggering those games before, 7 o'clock, I think, when the Miami game started. It was the first time they had a 2 games going on and 3 games going on at the same time. So.
Yeah.
Start them a little bit earlier, get us old folks to bed a little bit.
Yeah, you don't know what old is yet, but you're getting closer. All right, let's go through your picks real quick. I guess I can go ahead and write the first one down, but you've got UCLA and Carolina, Purdue, and the Peacocks of St. Peter's in that East region.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm picking who's coming out of the East, correct?
Correct.
I'm going with North Carolina.
All right, so you're going to go with UNC. They make it to the Final Four. Did you think you'd be saying that a week ago?
I think the Heels have played well down the stretch, minus that Pitt game. They played really well the last 6 weeks or so. So, you never know. And then they get 2 or 3 guys hot from 3, they can beat anybody. And that's what they've done in the first 2 games for sure.
Yeah, and it's almost like when they turn it up a notch, like against Duke at Cameron. Not many teams in the country would have beaten that Carolina team that night in Cameron.
No, and you don't get Brady Manick ejected the other day, and he's still going off from 3. That game's probably not as close as it ended up being.
Yeah.
Carolina gets Armando Bacot's going to get his. He's going to have 15 and 15 every night. If Carolina gets 2 out of the 3 of Brady Manick, Caleb Love, and R.J. Davis hot, they can probably beat anybody in the country.
Yeah, I agree. Did you like the call? I know you didn't like the call, but was it a good call, Brady Manick being ejected?
Yes, no. It's a toss-up. It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
It was a little egregious. He probably shouldn't have flailed the elbow out there like that, but, definitely should have been called a technical, but, ejection, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things, too, when you're fighting, you're frustrated, you're fighting, to get a ball, and then, if you throw that elbow and you don't connect, it's no harm, no foul. But when you connect like he did, but I still, they got to look at the rule and see if you mean to do that, obviously you're gone. But, sometimes accidents like that happen.
Yeah, and then the other guy, Sohan from Baylor, has both of his legs wrapped around Armando Bacot.
Sure did.
Bringing Bacot to the ground. And
sure
he gets called for a flagrant 1. Why is that not a flagrant?
The old leg lock. Yeah, that was definitely a leg lock. That game, and I've read a couple of articles that just ripped the officials for that game because it became so physical and But if I'm UCLA at practice today, I'm going out there and say, okay, here's how we press, and this is what we're going to do. And we're going to do it the whole game long because Carolina, and I know Manick was gone, but they looked like it was like middle school practice for the first day, and somebody put pressure on them because they really didn't handle the pressure well at all.
It's funny you mention that because, Caleb Love fouled out with 5 or 6 minutes left, and he's one of their primary ball handlers. And they had a combination of guys on the floor for 6 or 7 minutes that had never played together the entire season at the same time. So, it was just the worst possible scenario for Carolina, and somehow they still overcame. So, give them credit, for a guy like Dontrez Styles out of Kinston having a career night to get out there and make some shots. But yeah, you're right. They got to figure out how to beat the press.
Yeah, that was the next positive I was going to talk about was Dontrez Styles because, all of us that watched him play in high school, we've been waiting for him to get a chance to play. You hear things about maybe he's transferring because he hadn't played at all, and then he gets into a clutch game like that. And I really think one of the biggest shots of the game was his 3-pointer that he hit at the start of overtime.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah.
You talk about big shots for a freshman in Carolina history. That's probably top 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The Georgia shot in the national championship way back in the day being the biggest, but as a freshman to have the stones to take that shot right out of the gate in overtime and to make it, that's a big time play.
It really was. All right, let's go to the West region. You got Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech there.
There's no question that Duke's going to come out of that region. I think this team is destined to run in Stefsky's last year, so Duke's going to come out of the West.
Duke. And I thought they looked as aggressive and as good as they've looked when they started coming from behind against Michigan State.
Yeah, I think that's, they got some young guys on that team with super ability, a lot of talent on that team, but they grew up in the final 5-6 minutes of that game last night, and if that team plays like that, they're not going to lose. I mean, Duke's super stacked with talent, and the way they finished that game off last night was impressive.
All right, you've got Arizona and Houston, Villanova and Michigan in the South. Who are you picking there?
This one's a little tougher, but Villanova.
All right, got Villanova there. And then you've got in the Midwest, Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
I'm going to go with Miami. I like the Canes.
Man, Miami. All right. So you got 3 out of 4 from the ACC on a down year from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Maybe it wasn't so down.
Exactly. Maybe they just beat up on everybody, and the metrics, the net rankings and everything didn't like the ACC as much. But when they get down to it, they're beating people. I think they're 8-2 through the first weekend.
Yeah. And the game nobody else watched in the country, but I did. Virginia beat North Texas in overtime. So there you have that too.
And then Wake Forest is also in the Final 8 with Virginia there in the NIT.
Yeah, well, okay.
5 ACC teams still playing. And as you mentioned, the UNC Wilmington Seahawks with a game against Drake today in the CBI. The CBI, not the CIT.
The CBI, and it's at 1 o'clock today, right?
1 o'clock, yeah. Drake Bulldogs are the top seed out of the Missouri Valley Conference in that tournament. So if the Hawks get the win, they'll be into the semifinals on Tuesday on ESPN2.
All right, we'll have highlights of that game on 90 Side Sports later on because Watlington will make me show them. Shaquem Phillips and company.
Shaquem Phillips, Jalen Fornes from Pamlico County.
Yeah.
Some local guys. Michael Carew went to Troy Dreyfus's alma mater up in Raleigh, so they got some North Carolina ties.
All right, good. And we'll work on that later on this afternoon. All right, so you got Carolina and Duke in one national semifinal. You going with your heels?
Nah.
All right. Going to go with Duke and then Villanova, Miami.
I got Villanova.
All right, and who you got winning between Duke and Villanova?
Villanova was my original pick before all this started. But I say there's not a chance in Hades that Duke is not going to win the national championship now.
Wow. So you're going to go with the dark blue.
Yep.
The Duke Blue Devils. And what's your final score?
It's going to be 77-71.
77-71. That's 140, 77, 70, 148, right?
Sure. I'm in TV. I don't do math.
77-71. That is 148 off the top of my head. All right, Ken Watlington, his picks, Carolina, Duke, Villanova, and Miami. He's got Duke to knock off the heels, Villanova to beat Miami, and he's got the Duke Blue Devils and Coach K in his final year to win basketball's national championship.
I hope this reverse jinx he's trying just blows up in his face.
He's certainly trying that, isn't he?
Yeah, that's all this is.
This is destined to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple of destined to happen things that didn't work out so well. One was in Cameron, and one was at the Barclays Center. So I'm not sure that Destiny's.
It's not going to happen 3 times in one season.
Maybe not, but yeah. All right. Well, you got Duke to win it all. Ken Watlington from WNCT TV, not on your side, our news anchor, and he does a great job helping out with sports as well. Ken, thanks so much. We appreciate your time today. All right, that's Ken Watlington joining us today. Again, his picks, Carolina, Duke, Villanova, and Miami, and he's got Duke and Villanova to play in the national championship. His total is 148, and he's got Duke to win it all in Coach K's final season on the bench with the Duke Blue Devils. All right, let's reset. Again, 317-1250. If you call in, I'll guide you through the process and get you in the contest. Phone lines are kind of quiet. We used to crank all kinds of phone calls for this contest when we were on at 7 o'clock at night. We have found that at noon we don't get nearly as many, and right now we're at a 0. But we've got some celebrity pickers coming up. Larry Williford, head coach of Farmville Central, is going to join us. Brian Meador from ECU Video is going to join us, and Todd Gibson from CBS 17 in Raleigh. They're all going to join us with their selections coming up in just a bit. Once again, all you got to do is call in. I'll go through the regions. I'll give you the 4 teams. You tell me who you like out of that region, so it's really, really easy. You can also get on our Facebook Live feed. You can put your information in there. We had a couple of people who have done that. One of them was driving and said that he messed it all up. He was sorry. If you're driving, 317-1250. We'll get you on the air. We'll get you in the contest. John Moody just wrote in Carolina, Gonzaga, Arizona, Miami, Zaga, and Arizona. for the national championship, and Arizona to win it all at 150. So, John Moody, we will get you in the contest. That looks like that was done exactly as we had asked. So we certainly appreciate that, and we will get you in 317-1250. But John Moody is in our contest. I believe we have somebody calling in. One of our favorites. Year in and year out. Every year we do the contest. Pirate Al calls up and gives us his pick. I'm not sure. He's won this thing a couple of times, I think. Pirate, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Brian. How about you?
I'm not doing too bad. Just trying to make a living today on the TV, on the radio, wherever you look. So we've got the NCAA tournament. Did you watch some basketball this weekend?
I did.
Man.
Yes, I did.
Are you basketballed out?
Yep. Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm looking forward to the games.
I tell you, they're just so much fun to watch because everybody's putting everything on the line. And, you think back to the Carolina game, whether you hate Carolina or love Carolina, you're watching that game. And I really thought that Carolina team, against Baylor in that, start of that game and even into the second half in the 10-minute mark, they're up 25. And I'm like, man, how are they beating anybody? They didn't miss. And they were so good and so dominant. And then you start seeing the Baylor comeback. And the whole time Baylor's coming back, I was sitting there wondering, can they come all the way back? So many times you see teams come back and they get close, but they just run out of gas. But man, that was just a classic of a game, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't watch that one, Brian.
Really?
That's one I did not watch.
Wow.
I watched the UNC game. I haven't watched the UNC game in features.
I should have known that when I started talking about it. You missed it because it was a classic, and I mean it had a local flair. As we were talking with Kim Watlington about it, Dontrez Styles, the former Kinston Viking, hit a clutch 3 to start the overtime. It's always been my belief in overtime games. The team that jumps out in front has a huge advantage, and really I think that propelled North Carolina to the victory. All right, Pirate Al, let's get your picks then. In the East, you've got UCLA, UNC, Purdue, and St. Peter's.
I'm going to go Purdue.
All right, the Purdue Boilermakers, the 3 seeds in the East. UCLA is the 4, Carolina's the 8, and the Fighting Peacocks of St. Peter's are the 15 seed. All right, you got Purdue. In the West, you've got Gonzaga, you've got Arkansas, Duke, and you've got Texas Tech.
Let's go Gonzaga.
All right, the Zags get a vote there. And Gonzaga, so far, is pretty much the consensus pick, except for Mr. Watlington's pick. In the South, you've got Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan.
You know what? I'm going to go with our conference guys. I'm going to give me Houston.
All right. Did you see Kelvin Sampson take his shirt off in the locker room?
Yeah.
That was good stuff. Now that was good stuff, and he's a great guy. I've had a chance to see him, a couple times as he's come through Greenville, and he's always very complimentary of whatever's going on in East Carolina. But Kelvin Sampson, just a great guy, and he's got his Houston Cougars playing great basketball. In the Midwest, you've got Kansas, the number 1 seed. You've got Providence, Miami, and Iowa State. A 10-11 game between Miami and Iowa State.
Kansas.
All right, we got the top seed, the Kansas Jayhawks. All right, national semifinals, Purdue and Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
All right, you got Gonzaga there. Houston, Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas there. You got Kansas and the Zags for the national championship.
From our man Joe Dooley, give me Kansas.
All right, Kansas. And how many points in that national championship game?
82-76.
82-76. You're making me add 82-76. 76. That's 8, 15, 158. All right, 158. All right, we got you in the contest. We've got Kansas to beat Gonzaga from Pirate Owl. What do you think about, let me get your thoughts real quick. Pirate baseball struggling a little bit. Lost 2 out of 3 to College of Charleston. And Coach Godwin, obviously he's not down on his team, but he just says, we just got to get at it and get better.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's killing us. Well, I mean, unfortunately, with the Wisenhunt situation. But then again, when you're only getting an average of 3 innings out of your starting pitching, that just kills your bullpen. I mean, it kills your arms, Brian. And then we've got some guys we were kind of depending on with the sticks that have really, really, really struggled.
Yeah, and you hope that they come out of that. But right now, and it's a long season, 56 games. You're only 20 games in, so you still got a long, long way to go. But and Cliff plays a tough schedule. I mean, you don't have a chance to start off slow with this schedule. You've got to be up and running, and his guys have they've got to turn it around. I think they will.
there's no cupcakes. I mean, this is without a doubt the hardest schedule for all 56 games we've ever played.
Yeah.
So we can get those. So we can get those bats warmed up. But we have got to get better starting pitching. That's killing us.
Yeah, and you're right about that. All right, Pirate Al, we got you in the contest. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks.
All right, Pirate Al joining in. Again, 317-1250. That's our phone number. You too can get into the contest. Got a couple of others on Facebook, so we'll jot those down during the commercial break. We'll take a commercial break right now. Back with more on the Brian Bailey Show, the second chance for the Sweet 16 after this.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
This is Jeff Charles, and this is a Pirate Radio Sports Break presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. Local product Josh Carlton is headed to the Sweet 16 with Cougars. The former South Star had 7 points and 6 rebounds in the Cougs' 68-50 win over Illinois. Duke is also Sweet 16 bound after a hard-fought 85-76 win over Michigan State. Also headed to the Sweet 16, Villanova, Arizona, Miami, Purdue, Texas Tech, and Iowa State. On the diamond, the Pirates dropped a 10-3 decision to the College of Charleston yesterday as the Cougars win the series 2-1. ECU drops to 10-10 on the season. Cliff Godwin's ball club is at UNC Wilmington tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And Ulysses Bentley IV, who led the American Athletic Conference in rushing at SMU last year, is transferring to Ole Miss. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Our second chance with the Sweet 16 contest rolls on. Let's take a look at some of the different picks for everybody. Gonzaga seems to be the choice in the West, and Villanova seems to be the choice, although Houston's gotten a couple of picks. Let me fill you in on a couple of folks that have gotten in on our Facebook feed and written theirs in. John Moody has Carolina, Gonzaga, Arizona, and Miami. He's got Arizona to beat Gonzaga for the national championship, so he's in the contest. And Robert, he parked his car and figured out who was playing who, and he put them down. Carolina, Texas Tech, Houston, and Providence, and he's got Houston to win the national championship in that game. So we'll check that out and get that all worked up for everybody. Let's see, Texas Tech, Houston, Providence. Okay, so we got that As far as that one goes, Houston and Providence is who he has there. Okay, what we got? We've got Coach Williford. All right, Larry Williford, fine basketball coach at Farmville Central, now joins us to get his pick. He's one of our guest pickers today. Coach, 3 straight state championships, fell just short in getting number 4. But, man, what a program you have over there. You ready to make some picks?
Let's pick them up.
Pick them up. Here we go. All right, I'll guide you through the process. Here we go. In the East, you've got UCLA, North Carolina, Purdue, and St. Peter's.
Purdue and UCLA.
All right, who wins that game? So all you got to do is give me one of those 4. Whoever you think is going to come out of that region.
Oh, I'm giving you one of the 4.
Yeah.
UCLA.
All right, UCLA. There you go. All right, one of the 4 in the West. It's either Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech. The only one of the brackets that is chalk to date. Gonzaga is the 1, Arkansas the 4, Duke the 2, Texas Tech the 3.
I'm going Texas Tech.
All right, Texas Tech. The pick right there. All right, in the South, you've got Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan.
Woo! That's a good one.
I thought somebody goosed you.
I'm going Calvin Sampson. I'm going coaching. I'm going Houston.
All right, we got Houston right there. All right, we got you. And in the Midwest, you've got Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
Kansas.
All right, we're going to go Kansas there. All right, national semifinals, you got UCLA against Texas Tech.
UCLA.
The Bruins. All right, and Houston and Kansas in the other.
Kansas winning it all.
Kansas wins it all, and total points in the championship game.
131.
131. All right. All right, let's go over them again. In the East, Coach Williford has UCLA, in the West, Texas Tech, in the South, Houston, and in the Midwest, Kansas. Kansas to take on UCLA for the national championship, and the Jayhawks win it. Total points at 131. So we've got you in the contest. What do you think of the Carolina-Baylor game?
Just shows you how important one player is.
Yeah, I mean, it really did. I mean, and as a couple people pointed out too, all of a sudden North Carolina couldn't handle the press at all, and that really what got Baylor back in the game, along with the fact that Brady Manick was out after the elbow. But their whole rhythm was just totally, just shaken up completely, and Baylor made that epic comeback. And then I really thought, and when watching so many games, that when a team comes back like that, the momentum's gone for the team that blew the big lead, and usually they get beat in overtime. Didn't happen this time, though.
No, you got to give Carolina credit. I was surprised, they ran the same press breaker there for like 7 straight minutes. I thought they would get out of that and spread it more than what they were in, but apparently that's what they were comfortable with. Just go, then Love fouls out, another primary ball handler. Hell, I thought they were going to put Creighton Lebo in. I thought some of those guys.
Well, Dontrez Styles stepped up, and we heard so much about that he was disappointed with his playing time his first year, and I mean he might be in the transfer portal. I'm not sure if this changes things, but he stepped up big time, and that 3 he made to start overtime was huge.
Hell, he can step out and shoot it. He's been able to do that his whole time he was in high school. People need to trust the process. Coming in as a freshman, I would say 90% of freshmen never play as much as they think they're going to play.
Right.
You have those guys that get all the publicity, but they're few and far between.
But in this one-and-done world, a lot of freshmen come in thinking, hey, this is my only year, don't they? And they I don't think Dontrez is thinking that right now, because I think, obviously, he's either going to transfer or stay the course and continue on. But the big-time freshmen.
Well, you hope any of those freshmen that the people that are around them and influence them are people that are well-grounded and people who are putting the best decisions at heart for the young man and not for themselves. And what happens a lot of times these big-time recruits is there's so many people that are in their ear, and they're getting pulled in so many different directions, and a lot of times they're just misled with the advice they're given, and then that's why you see them at 2, 3, 4 schools. I mean, there's some kids that played in the NCAA tournaments weekend that been at 4 schools in 4 years.
Yeah. And you wonder how they keep any kind of grades up doing that. How do they stay eligible?
I I'd probably rather not comment.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. But it's the transfer portal has changed everything so much, and just as you said, guys that come in and they're here today, gone tomorrow, and it's just it's really different than what it used to be.
And online courses have changed.
Yeah,
college athletics too. I mean, where a guy can come in and he doesn't have to sit physically in a class for his 9 hours. He can get 9 hours, on a computer, and he can work out whenever he wants and, do class at his leisure. That's definitely changed the game as far as guys staying eligible and getting the amount of credits they need to, become freshmen and sophomores, et cetera.
One of our celebrity pickers, Larry Williford, head coach at Farmville Central. Before we let you go, what about the Jags for next year? How good are you guys going to be again?
I think we got a chance. I think we ate some humble pie Saturday, and hopefully that'll, relight the fire in some guys, and we'll work hard. Once, we'll take about next month off, then get back in here in May and get ready for the summer part of June. I like who we got coming back. We lose one starter, Derek Cox, but other than that, excited about what we have and the potential that we have, especially a lot of our younger guys that played really well when we had people out hurt.
I'm looking forward to it because one thing death and taxes and Farmville Central being a contender in the 2A ranks in high school basketball. Larry Williford in the contest today. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, that's Larry Williford, head coach at Farmville Central, and we've got his picks in our contest. Again, 317-1250 is the phone number. If you'd like to get in, we would love to have you. First prize is that full detail from Greenville Auto World. Our good friend Tim Sutton and everybody, Jim Rogers and those guys giving us that to give away. We've got pizza for a month from Papa John's. We've got Pirate Radio T-shirts to give away. All you got to do is call us up. We'll guide you through the process, get you in the contest. We'll keep up with it next week, and then we'll have our awards in the next week or two. Sometimes we can award it right before the national championship game. Kind of depends on how everybody does, but it's quite easy. In the East, I took Purdue. In the West, I took Gonzaga. That was my original pick to win the national championship. In the South, I took Villanova, and in the Midwest, I took Kansas. I'm taking Kansas to play Gonzaga for the national title, and I've got the Zags to win it all, total score in that championship game of 156. So that's where you look at my picks, and if you go against them, you got a better chance for sure. Let's take another commercial break. We'll come back and a couple of more guest pickers. Love to have your picks, 317-1250, or on our Facebook Live feed. We'll get you into the contest there as well. Back with more on the Brian Bailey Show on this Monday, kicking off your sports week after this.
Welcome to the Cheese Show. And when Cheese puts on a performance like this, you might get to the crust and think, it's over. But no. Let's hear it for the Encore Cheese. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust stuff.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Again, 317-1250 to call in to get into our contest. You can also get on our Facebook Live feed and jot your picks down, and we'll write them down, and we'll get you in the contest. Several people have done that today as well. And we've got guest pickers. We've had Mike Houston come on. We've had Ken Watlington come on, Coach Williford from Farmville Central. And right now we're joined by Todd Gibson from Raleigh and CBS 17 in Raleigh, who covers North Carolina for a living. What did you think of that game on Saturday, Gibby?
Well, see, I was at my son's hockey tournament in Philadelphia, so we tuned into the game before he had his game, and we were watching it. And when Manick went out and that score started, the 25-point lead started dwindling, it was incredible. And then we got on the road, missed the last part of the game, the regulation, and I asked Ryan to give me an update on the score, and he said it's tied, it's going to overtime. I said, well, because Levitt's had fouled out too, right?
Yeah.
And Manick was gone. I said, well, two of their best players gone. There's no way they're going to win. And then they find out they win. The Kinston kid came up big for him, Styles, and it was neat to hear about some of the local kids, coming up big for North Carolina. But I was surprised they won, and they're on quite a roll right now. They're playing really well. They really are. They played really well all towards the end of the season. So they're a team to be reckoned with. That's for sure.
You sound kind of hoarse. Were you yelling at that hockey tournament?
Yeah, you have to yell at your kids and you have to yell at the referees. That's what hockey is all about.
Exactly. It's a rite of passage. You got to yell at somebody.
Yeah. Actually, I was yelling at traffic because I was stuck in D.C. traffic protests and everything out there. So a 6.5-hour trip turned into 9 hours. So that's pretty much what I was yelling at. So
man, know the feeling. Coming back from the military bowl, they canceled the bowl game on us, and we tried to make it home that afternoon. And man,
no, you can't.
It's just crazy.
See.
How many people live up there, and how do those people deal with it every weekend and every day? I'll never know.
I could never imagine. I looked at Ryan. I said, "Are you happy where you live right now?" He said, "Yes." Sir.
Yeah, man. And you guys live in the busy part of the state. Come back to Greenville, and we can get right down Fire Tower and be home in no time. So,
I always love coming back to Greenville. I always love coming back to Greenville. That's for sure.
Well, you got to come back this football season. We had Coach Houston on earlier, and he's fired up. Yeah, we think we got a good team, so that'll be fun. State plays in the opener, so you'll probably be here for that. So,
I probably will be there for that one for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game because State should have their best team in possibly forever. I mean, they're going to be really, really good this year. So that'll be a fun game, and of course, Dowdy Fick that'll be rocking. So I'm looking forward to that game. That's going to be fun.
Let's just hope it's not a noon start. All right, let's go through the picks. For the East, you've got UCLA, North Carolina, Purdue, and St. Peter's.
Okay. I've got UNC beating UCLA.
All right.
I have Purdue beating St. Peter's.
All right.
How can you pick against St. Peter's? I tell you what, they've been really good. And then I got UNC going to the Final Four now.
All right. So UNC goes to the Final Four. Never thought I'd see that about 3 weeks ago, but you can't really bet against them the way they're playing. I think that point spread, by the way, I think I grabbed all the point spreads too. And North Carolina, Where would that one be? North Carolina.
Against UCLA?
They're 2-point underdogs to UCLA as we sit here right now. That could obviously change a little bit, but as we sit here right now, and we've got the game times too. I may run down those before we get out of here today. All right, in the West, Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech. Who do you got from those four advancing?
Well, I did my regular picks for the right before this tournament starts. You fill out your bracket. I did pretty good there. So I've got Gonzaga beating Arkansas in my bracket, and I also have Texas Tech beating Duke in my bracket. So I'll stick with what I wrote down on my original bracket, and then I got Gonzaga coming out of the West Regional.
All right, and they were down 12 early in the second half the other night.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, they've been struggling a little.
It was a little scary. All right, in the South, you got Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan.
Okay, well, I picked Arizona actually to spoiler alert to win it all, so I have to have them beating Houston.
All right,
and Bailey, Villanova, Michigan.
Oh, I know. I didn't have to ask. Villanova advances there. Shouldn't have even thought of it.
Why? Do you want to say why?
No, I know why. It's Michigan.
Exactly. And then I got Arizona, obviously, if I have them winning it all, I have them going to the Final Four.
All right, so you got Arizona coming out of the South, and in the Midwest, you've got Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
What carnage there. I didn't do too well there. I actually have Kansas and Providence in my other bracket, so but I'm changing up now. I'm going to pick an upset. I'm going to move. In my original bracket, I have Kansas moving, but I picked Providence to win that game.
All right, so Providence. All right, you're going to get Providence to move on to the Final Four?
I am.
All right, Providence goes all the way.
Because I got Miami beating Iowa State.
Okay, good. All right.
And then Providence.
So in one national semifinal, you got North Carolina and the Zags.
I'll take the Zags winning that game.
All right, and then Arizona and Providence.
Got Arizona winning that game.
All right, and then in the national championship game, the Zags and Arizona. Who wins?
Arizona wins it.
Arizona wins it, and
my original pick. Yeah.
Total points in the championship game.
Oh, okay. 160.
160. All right, you got it. Carolina, Gonzaga, Arizona, and Providence, and then Gonzaga to play Arizona in the national championship game. The Wildcats win that one. Total points at 160. So we've got you in the contest as one of our celebrity pickers. We certainly appreciate it there. Gibby, how much more hockey you got to play this year?
Well, he's playing on two teams, so
wow.
And we got a lot of hockey this year, so it'll be very, very expensive summer, but it'll be fun. So hopefully, I can make most of his tournaments. He's probably got 6 more tournaments to go.
Got all of his athletic skills from his mom, did he?
He did not get his athletic skills from his mom standing close by, no.
That's there you go. Well, good luck in that hockey season. I know, traveling around with my two was one of the joys of life. And, you don't miss it at first because you're kind of tired from it because it wears you out and it takes all your money. You're paying off credit cards for years.
Yep.
But then after a while, you start saying, hey, those were the good old days. Those were the best days we ever had. You spend so much time with them and bonding and that kind of thing. And it's a good deal.
It is a great time, and you look forward to those tournaments and spend as much time as you can with your son. It's nice.
Yeah, that's good. Well, congratulations on that. All right, Gibby, take care. Call us if you need anything our way.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, Todd Gibson from CBS 17 joining us. Let's take our final commercial break. We've got Brian Meador set up to give us his picks. We'll take yours as well, 317-1250. We've got the game times, and we can run those down as well. Back with more on The Brian Bailey Show after this.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
Hi, I'm Ken Hagler of Taft, and Hagler. We're proud to be sponsors of The Brian Bailey Show and The Pirate Nation on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you've been injured on the job or due to someone else's negligence in an automobile collision, call us at 752-2000 for a free consultation with experienced professionals who care. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Seared Chop House is Greenville's only true chop house. We're open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Seared combines a remarkable menu with an unrivaled atmosphere. Lunch or dinner at Seared is a quality-driven experience where we highlight a thoughtful approach to locally sourced ingredients and hearty, flavor-rich cuisine. We're firing up the grill at Seared, Greenville's only true chop house, located on Fire Tower Road at Bells Fork. Come see us at Seared for lunch or dinner 7 days a week.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Anthony Scalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel surgery, general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back as we continue on. 317-1250. Got about 9 minutes or so to go in our show. Thursday, we resume play in the NCAA tournament. The Thursday games, Gonzaga, Arkansas on CBS at 7:09, followed by Duke and Texas Tech at 9:39. Those times are approximate for the second games. The TBS games, Arizona and Houston and Villanova, Michigan on Thursday. Your Friday games, Kansas, Providence, the early game, followed by Miami and Iowa State. Those are TBS games. And then the CBS games for Friday, Purdue and St. Peter's tips it off at 7:09, and then UCLA and North Carolina in the second game. So if you're interested in Duke and North Carolina, Duke plays the late game on Thursday. North Carolina plays the late game coming up on Friday. Let's go back to our phones. Our next guest picker is Brian Meador from ECU Video. He's going to give us his selections. And first of all, are you basketballed out? Have you seen enough basketball for a while?
I think you and me both have, haven't we?
I think so.
It's been fun. I don't know about that. It's been fun. We got a chance to spend a little bit of time with our buddy Joe and make sure that he's okay for his next journey in life. And then I've enjoyed the tournament's been fun so far. I mean, that Carolina game was unbelievable. It was something to watch, from the ridiculous call and then the comeback by Baylor, and then North Carolina somehow winning in overtime. It was crazy.
All right, let's get your picks in then. Once again, if you're watching on Facebook, you can type your picks in on the Facebook live feed. You can give us a call, but again, we're running out of time very quickly. But let's go with Brian Meador's picks. Let's start in the East region. You've got UCLA, North Carolina, Purdue, and St. Peter's.
I'm going to follow the rules and not be like Gibby and pick every game. So Carolina out of that. Start to pick against those guys right now.
Follow the rules. That's because you've been watching this. You've been listening to this Second Chance for the Sweet 16 for the last 20 years of your life. So you kind of memorize the rules. In the West, Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech.
Duke. I don't know why nobody's picking Duke.
All right. You've got Duke picked there.
Duke.
All right.
Basketball gods have not been satisfied. They need Coach K to go out a winner.
I keep thinking that, but then I think back to Cameron. I think back to the ACC tournament. It's all set up, and something happens. And when Duke fell behind against Michigan State late, I thought, okay, well, we're near the end. But those guys, I think Coach Williford may have been the one that mentioned it, but they just grew up right then, and they were like, hey, we're not going to let that happen for a third time.
Yeah.
And they came back and won that game.
And that's why I think they're going to get a little bit of payback on Carolina in the Final Four.
Oh, okay. Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan in the South region. Who you got?
Nova. And I hope they beat the dog out of Michigan. That guy should have a job, let alone me coaching in the tournament.
Wow. Wow.
I'm fired up.
Coming up fired up. All right. In the Midwest, Kansas, Providence, Miami.
That sounds like Meador's done that to somebody before and got fired from a job. And he's
Maybe.
bitter. Yeah.
Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
Wanted to. All right, Kansas. I said Kansas.
All right, you took Kansas.
Over Kansas.
All right, who wins between Villanova and Kansas?
Oh, you got me going all the way down. I got Kansas in the final.
All right, Kansas goes to the final. Duke, Carolina, who goes? Duke?
Right. It's going to be Duke over Kansas in the final.
Duke over Kansas in the final.
153.
153. Man, you do know the rules of this thing.
I know the rules, man.
All right. Well, all right. While we got Meador online, Clip, get back on. Let's get your picks in this thing because you're as big a celebrity picker as we can get. So let's get you on.
Hurry up. My time is precious.
It is precious. In the East, who you got? UCLA, UNC, Purdue, or St. Peter's?
This is the bracket where I have to make a change because I had Kentucky in the championship. I had Kentucky playing UCLA, so let's go with the Bruins.
The Bruins of UCLA. All right. In the West, Gonzaga, Arkansas, Duke, and Texas Tech.
I should be smart and use this second chance to my advantage,
chance
but I'm
with the
going to
Sweet
be
16.
stubborn and take Arkansas like I have on my bracket.
Wow.
Even though they have looked awful.
You got Arkansas in your original bracket.
I do.
Nice.
Sticking to my guns.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you pick a 2 or 3 seed, it doesn't look like it's that big of a reach. But then those 2 and 3 start dropping off like flies, and all of a sudden you don't have anybody up there. All right, Arizona, Houston, Villanova, and Michigan.
I'm gonna stick with Nova.
All right, Villanova, and then Midwest, Kansas, Providence, Miami, and Iowa State.
Kansas.
All right, who you got between Kansas and Villanova?
Kansas.
And who do you got between Arkansas and UCLA? Go Hogs.
Woo Pig Suey.
Woo Pig Suey? Really?
Yeah,
all right.
let's go.
And who wins the national championship?
I got Kansas winning it all.
Kansas. The Joe Dooley special. There you go.
Not bad.
All right, total points.
Boy, Arkansas can't score. So,
if they can't score, how do they get to the national championship game?
You'll see.
Just
You'll
asking.
see.
Just asking.
Just watch.
Just asking for a friend.
127.
Boy, good gracious. Did they even play the second half?
Game is much better.
Wow. All right, Clip, you're in the contest. All right, Brian Meador, what are you doing these days? I mean, you don't have a coach's show except for Cliff.
He's buying a Freddie Freeman jersey.
Yeah, Cliff. Hey, we got Cliff's cab this week.
Oh, that's right.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be. Yeah. That's always exciting, riding around campus with Coach Godwin after losing a couple of games. Good luck this week. Hope they win a couple.
Whoa. Are you going to come with me now?
He'll be running over students.
For some reason, when you're around, he takes out the venom on you.
I know, yeah. I've noticed that through the years. I think it's because I've covered him in high school, and he kind of realizes that. Hopefully, they can get that thing turned around because obviously it's a class program, one of the class programs in the entire country, and they've had some bad things happen to them so far through 20 games, but still got a bunch of games to go. So we'll see what happens with that and go from there. Let's see. If you want to get into the contest tonight, I guess if you're listening to our tape version, you can get in if you go to the Facebook Live feed, and we'll take those as well because there's no advantage or disadvantage. So I'll check that out later on as well. So you can still get into the contest if you do it the correct way, pick an East, a West, a South, and a Midwest, and then tell us who's going to win in the semifinals, who wins the national championship, and then your total points. We've got full detail from Greenville Auto World to give away, Pirate Radio T-shirts, pizza for a month from Papa John's. So we got some great prizes. Want to appreciate all of our guest pickers for calling in today. Anything else on your mind there, Mr. Meador?
Yeah, I get nothing. If I win, I get nothing.
Why is that?
Keep my job.
No, there's no entry fee, so I think you're allowed to win these. I double checked with compliance.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
because I had Coach Houston on first, and he can't, like I told him, he probably doesn't need any of the prizes because he probably can afford them. The rest of us would probably appreciate.
Of all the things Meador's done on Pirate Radio that could have got him fired,
yeah.
If this is the thing that does it, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be.
I've gotten pulled off before, so,
Yeah, he has gotten pulled off before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's that.
we'll see on that. All right, if you just glancing at everything, and it looks like it's pretty much a guess as far as the East goes. There's no real consensus pick there between North Carolina, pretty much North Carolina, UCLA, and Purdue, all of about 3 or 4 picks apiece. In the West, Gonzaga gets the most, which is surprising with Duke right up there. In the South, looks like Arizona and Villanova, the 2 picks as far as that goes. And in the Midwest, Kansas is the overall favorite. Kansas, the 1 seed against a 4, a 10, and an 11. Again, the only chalk region in the West. Gonzaga, the 1, Arkansas, the 4, Duke, the 2, and Texas Tech, the 3. Brian Meador, thanks so much for calling in and being a guest picker with us today. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, and that's our show for today. Have yourself a great sports week. We will update the situation with the second chance of the Sweet 16 next week right here on the Brian Bailey Show. We'll probably talk spring football next week on our show. A great way to kick off your sports week every Monday right here at high noon, and we'll see you back here next week.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, Seared Chop House, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville